Welcome guys to another video with this intro of running away. It is your last day. What would you do in that situation? Think for a moment. If that would be the end, you have a few days maybe left to survive. There is no other option to just enjoy the last few days you've got. Or imagine you go to the doctor, you get a scan, and he says you have cancer, and you will die in the next few months because there is no cure for it. Imagine being in that situation, not into that extreme, but just imagine it in your head how it would be for you if you would be in that situation. What would you do differently there? Think for a moment. You can pause this video and think for a moment. What would you do differently if the world would end in the next few days and you know that it would happen? Just thinking about that. A few countries next to where I live is a big war going on. That just gave me a lot of thinking. These Ukrainian people and Russian people are fighting and putting their lives in there, and they didn't know that this would happen 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. They just went in there and had to fight for their country. We need to sit down and take these moments in order to realize them. And I think this has a major impact of how we humans evolved through these years and through that time of since we exist on this planet. Way of living changed a lot, and we face daily anxious and overthinking situations. Subconsciously, it is still nagging there and trying to pick in there and try to give you that fear. Because if we think back, or for example already in Africa, people are surviving, there are animals. When you see a lion in front of you, what would you do? You wouldn't stand there and overthink, okay, what can I do? You would run for your life. Of anxiety where we had there evolved through daily situations like holding a presentation or making a decision which has a big impact and things like that. And for that, I've created today's video about 3 things to stop and not stop, but to deal better with your anxiety and your overthinking. I'll go quickly outside to get to my first point in today's video. So, how long do you think this process was? 1 minute, 1.5 minutes? No, it was just 40 seconds with this lovely view in front of me while I was sitting on that stone there. And do you realize what the problem is in this world and today's society? We get so quickly and so constantly informations, we can't even sit 1 minute still and think about the things that happened today to ourselves and process these informations. So you need to take your time, meditate, in order to calm yourself down in situations where you overthink and are drowning in anxiety as well. That's a method I used to do and start doing. Just calm breathing and relax ourselves. We can make a much better decision, and that's how you can control the overthinking part. And that is also I do it in the morning. I'll take myself 3 to 5 minutes times, not a lot, but still. You can apply that also generally in your daily life in situations where you are feeling that you get and overthink and what you need to do there is to calm yourself down, do that breathing, 2 to 3 deep breaths into your stomach, and after you've calmed yourself down, make the decision you want to, because then you have processed the information, gave your brain time to think about it, and make from there a wise decision. So the second thing in today's video is to stop and deal better with overthinking, is to start journaling. I'm not talking here about, dear diary, in 2 years I want to be a millionaire and own 10 Lamborghinis and see how I can enjoy it. No, if you write that in there, you better rip off that piece of paper and start some proper journaling. What I think helped me through some tough times and also to reflect on my life. I am talking here about 3 different things to start doing while you're journaling. The first thing is how you are feeling today. How did you sleep? How was your day? Were there tough moments? Were you stressed? Are you feeling anxious? Or things like that. Very deeply, go deep in there and take your time in the morning to do that. Second thing I write down in there is one goal for the day, what I want to achieve, and it should be kind of specific, because if it's too broad, there is not that clear vision you can create to work towards something. That is the second thing you should write down. And the third thing is something to remind me of things, of how grateful I am to be here, to have water, clean water. People don't even have water, clean water and food, and I need to be grateful for that and appreciate that I have or be in this situation to see all that gratefulness, because that's something we forget quite quickly in the morning, which I think always during the day it helps me to think back about that one thing I wrote down, which other people on this planet don't have. And that is all you need to do. 5 minutes it takes you to write down these things in that journal, and do it in the morning. I really recommend that, to just also keep your mind clear in the morning, because you release a lot of cortisol in the mornings, and that is related to stress as well. And if you write these things down, you calm yourself down and get your mind and brain cleared, which starts off your day much better and also reminds you during the day of things you wrote down there. I know something really personal, but let me know in the comment sections down below. Would you journal in the morning? I don't want to know about the details, but just about what topics you like to journal. This is something which helped me a lot in the past 2 years to reflect and just process informations in my head, which just float around. And with that, we come to the third point in today's video, and that is to not plan out everything perfectly. I can talk here from a personal experience I had 3 years ago now. That was just right after my apprenticeship, and I made the decision to have a time off 3 months to see another culture, because I grew up in the Swiss culture and experienced all that, but I wanted to see something else as well. And that's why I decided to do a semester, not a semester, it was 3 months abroad. And I planned out everything perfectly to go to America. Everything was perfectly planned, and I was just waiting to book everything. And then, as you know, the corona pandemic came there, and I had to make like within a week the adjustments to still make it, because I wanted to see another culture and experience something. Of course, it was not in the same extent if I did it without the pandemic, but it was the best time I had to work on myself and see these changes and adjustments also to make to get and fully reach my potential. And that's what I've realized, to not plan out everything there, because as you see, this pandemic, we didn't expect that pandemic there, and it gave everyone time to think. Like, it depends how you use that time there, but if you plan out everything 5 to 10 years already perfectly out, then there is like literally things can change within 2-3 months, even days, because we don't know what happens tomorrow. About your future job, how perfect it will look like, because you never know how it looks in 10 years. So that is also something which leads to like create a vision, kind of vision, where you want to see yourself in the future. Not how it is looking perfectly in 10 years, but just some type of vision. And you close your eyes, picture everything, calm, breathly, take 5 to 10 minutes, calm yourself down, think forward, see all these pictures and see how it works out all perfectly. You open your eyes, keep that initial moment you have there, and work towards that vision you have. And then you plan out short-term goals in there to reach that long-term vision in there. That is exactly how this YouTube channel started off as well. I was looking a lot of YouTube videos during the past 2 years and realized what an impact it had on me, and I wanted to give something back as well. And I use my phone still, I don't have any fancy tools there to use, but I kept that initial moment where I reduced my working hours from 80% to 70%, which gave me an afternoon off to focus on myself, and took that time to create now YouTube videos. And I sticked now 3 months to create 2 videos every single week, and that's where I kept my initial moment and working towards that vision, where I have something telling me that I should do it and work towards that. And if it doesn't work out, I see it as a experience, as a personal experience, as a learning lesson, because there are so many businesses out there which failed, and because from these mistakes and fails you learn much more than just having that success all the time. I don't have it doesn't work out, because I have a long-term vision, just releasing 2 videos every single week and having a community, and build a community there towards working together and building that dream or that vision we have in our heads. And that's how I'm working towards that vision. And if it doesn't work out, I have it as an experience. Especially I see it as an improvement in my life, speaking in front of this camera, and especially also editing these videos, which is a very valuable skills in a very digitalized world today, and I can take all these things out there. So with this, I would thank you very much that you stayed for this long video, where I've invested quite a lot of time of planning it out and doing all these different shots in there. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I would really appreciate it if you leave some comments down below what you think about this topic, and smash that like button, because that's how this community and this channel can grow, and that can happen only with you guys. And I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel, and I hope I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you very much for your time.